Alright, what I am about to show you is top secret. It's like, you probably already have seen this. I am quite late to this. I would have been early if I wasn't too busy watching One Piece. Anyway, let's get right into it. This is my first board by Angrymiao, the AM65. Angrymiao is the keyboard company most well known for their cyberboard. They do really futuristic designs and they sent over their latest keyboard. I'll first unbox it and give my first impressions to the board. Afterwards, I'll do an upgrade and talk more about the special features that it has. First things first, the packaging is really unique. The keyboard comes in a dust bag, like one of those branded bags come in dust bags. The one I have with me is the all black laser special edition. I gotta say, it looks and it feels extremely premium. The entire board looks really sleek, the all black and the semi-grey looks really well together. The CNC processing is extremely well done. It has a 65% HHKB layout, USB-C down the center, wireless charging thing at the back, but I do not have a Cybermat, and it also has not for sale V1. Pretty cool. The whole vibe of it is very futuristic cyber-esque. It is what Angrymiao is most well known for. Paired with the board is their very own glacier keycaps. It actually pairs with it really well. I have seen these keycaps all over Instagram and Twitter. I never really got around to trying them. They look extremely glossy. I didn't expect them to be this grippy. It's really like rough and grippy, not smooth at all. Paired with the keycaps is also the glacier switches. This is also my first time trying it. They feel pretty mediocre, and to be honest, I think they're pretty standard. So here's how it sounds straight out of the box. Okay, so that's a rough idea of how it sounds. Let's dive deeper, open it up, upgrade it, and take a look at the features that it has. Starting with the layout, the main idea behind the AM65 Less is to simplify the 65% layout into a new symmetrical layout while maintaining the habits of a 65%. So usually you would buy a 65% for the arrow keys and read out a function row. You basically want a compact space on your keyboard. And you might be wondering, why are there no arrow keys on this 65%? Which brings me to my next point, a arrow key touchpad. The main idea behind this whole thing is to maintain your typing position and still be able to use the touch panel with your thumbs. It can operate in 4 different directions. You can swipe it left or right on a notepad, and that basically is your arrow keys. When you're watching a YouTube video, you can swipe left or right to fast forward or go back in time. You can swipe up and down to adjust your volume as well, which is actually really useful, really efficient, but it does take a little while to get used to, so yeah. Similarly, the mounting style of this board is also extremely unique, also one of those things that Angrymiao does only. It uses a 2-stage adjustable leaf spring. So as I mentioned, this board has the wireless charger, the touchpad, the foam, all the random stuff inside, but they still want to achieve a flexible typing experience or a stiff typing experience based on what you want. So they came out with this leaf spring mount. So I'm gonna explain it a little more in depth and hopefully you can understand how it works. So with this adjustable leaf spring, they basically allow for both a stiff and flexible experience. They call the different modes gears. Gear 1 provides for a softer typing experience and Gear 2 provides for a stiffer typing experience. And to swap in between the two, all you have to do is swap out the stopper from the left to the right. So on the left is gear 1 and on the right is gear 2. Wherever you put a stopper is whichever gear you will be using the keyboard in. It's a really cool concept. They also provide 2 different materials for springs you want to use. One of them is a little more softer and the other one's a little stiffer. It might look really complicated, but it's actually really easy to install. All you have to do is remove the old leaf spring, put in the new stopper into gear 1 or gear 2, and then install the leaf spring and you're done. I tend to prefer a more flexible typing experience compared to a stiffer one, so I will be running the keyboard in gear 1. As for our keyboard components, we have a FR4 plate, plate foam, PE foam, PCB foam, and case foam. All of these are installed by default. For our PCB, it is a 1.2mm PCB, flex cuts mainly in the alpha area. 5-pin south-facing hot swap sockets. I can't really tell what stabilizers they used. It's not really Durock, the wires are silver. but it's still screw-in and it's pretty good. So as I mentioned, I have the laser special edition. That basically means I have these two headlights at the front of the keyboard. It's quite cool. The main inspiration behind this laser edition is the Cybertruck. They tend to take their inspirations from all the Cybertruck stuff, you know, Cyberbot, Cybertruck, AM65, Cybertruck. But they have something new which is called the Mac Love edition. They got it from the main inspiration being Love, Death, Robot. If you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, that is basically a quick rundown of everything that this keyboard has to offer. So I'm gonna do an upgrade, change out some parts, and we'll see how it goes. Aside from changing off my leaf springs and running it in gear 1, I will be removing the PE foam because, you know, you guys complain a lot, so yeah. As for switches, I swapped them out for the Boba U4Ts. I kept the same glacier keycaps since it kind of brings the whole thing together just like how they planned it, and it looks really slick by itself. I feel like running it with a plain black keycap set would look really good as well. So yeah, here's how it sounds. Anyway, this was my first review of an Angrymiao board, the AM65 Less. Honestly, I'm very impressed with the workmanship and the features that they have introduced into the keyboard scene. I mean, it's not every day you get to see a keyboard like this. I would say the main feature is the arrow key touch panel. If you like HHKB layout and want to use a 65%, then I think this is actually really good for you to use. The keyboard definitely caters to a very special demographic. It caters mainly to the HHKB layout people because they can still run at 65% and have the arrow key touch panel. This also mainly targets the higher end enthusiasts, not really the budget side of things, you know. For the prices and more information, I'll link everything down below. They are having an early bird special, so if you are interested, you should get the early bird discount. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, comment your thoughts on the arrow key touch panel, and like the video for 3 seconds of good luck. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.